But I can see that.
Right.
I might waste my
Unspecial versus Derek. Derek.
Oh wow,
opted
they're
to go-
jumping right
go-
into
go
it.
Peach.
Damn.
This being one of those matchups where Peach loses the matchup, but it's easier for Falco to lose than it is for Peach to win.
Yeah, and I
Or
think
it's the
like,
other way around. It's
again,
easier. It's
what
easier
we're-
for Falco to lose.
what we were talking about before, I think a lot of this matchup comes down to just human error.
Yeah.
Like where in theory, like Falco of course should be able to pretty much just
You should
camp Peach out with lasers, keep her out in neutral, but because of Falco's fall speed and
And
how
that's a nice,
easy he gets gimped off stage.
So that nair
Ooh,
there, oh, there
okay.
it was, there it was. That was good. So that was the perfect height for the side B right there, clipping the feet. So you really have to be just right when you're getting that edge guard. Everybody's like, oh, it's free, but if you don't do it quite right, you're actually going to get hit by up Bs and side Bs and stuff all the time. So, and there's another chance of another opportunity to see Derek there, not quite spacing his floats right.
Doesn't go to the ledge.
Yeah. So this is definitely Derek's his counter is countering. So his Peach is good, but not completely under control.
Definitely not on par with his Marth for the most part, but
so I think he's relying
Diego
on this
definitely,
matchup.
as Platinum in the chat can back up, has had a pretty decent problem with Peach for a while now.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that, Falcos that have problems with Peach, it's a lot of it's just their mental game and the fact that stuff like this can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard.
As we're talking.
Playing against Peach is hard.
I've enjoyed it quite a bit as Falcon lately.
You have to not mess up. I think it's easy. Like Falcon is one of the characters that I think it's not as hard for. Like, not to say that the matchup's not hard, but just like the stuff that you have to do to not get punished is not as hard. You know, knee is better. Down air in this matchup, you can actually get punished for. Amateur bracket?
All right. Yep. Cleans up that stock. Just stays on the ledge like he should. And again, we're kind of seeing this problem with Diego again. Well, I haven't probably been watching as closely as I should, but just judging by the stock count and how strong he started, it just feels like he's been a little impatient to get the kills. And honestly, this is what so many good players have. Yep.
It's that. So it's like, it's not the kills, it's the trades.
Yeah.
Every time you trade against Peach, you lose. Peach, and you usually take like 20 to 30% damage.
I've definitely said Peach is like GameStop. Like, you can go in and try and trade, but you're not going to get anything worthwhile out of it.
And that's the problem. As Falco, usually you're used to being like, oh, I'm safe. I'm on your shield. I win. Unless it's Fox with Shine Out of Shield, then you got to be careful with your air. But with Peach, if you whiff a down air, you're eating a down smash, and then you're eating a grab or a dash attack, which if you get put off stage, they can kill you. So you get gimped super fast. So Unspecial opted to switch.
This
to
is
Fox,
actually the first time I've seen him pull out the. Oh, Derek just saved him with a down smash.
Unspecial Fox is actually pretty legit.
No, it's definitely good, but usually or in the past I've seen him go Marth.
I like that.
Matchup.
So micro spacing with the walk away to just be able to get the up tilt as Derek tries to come down with the forward air. That forward air from Peach usually being a frame trap, so it's really safe. Like you can bait Peaches into it because it's really good. If it hits your shield, you can't do anything. No characters have an option out of that. Actually, it beats jab. So
it's pretty good.
So it's pretty good.
Speaking of jabs,
nice up smash.
I'd like to see Derek abuse
Nike
Peach's
special.
quick 2-frame jab a little bit more to get him out of some of these sticky situations. I've definitely heard that Mango quote that he knows Armada's playing good when his jabs are on point, because that is a really good option for Peach to get out of those quick situations.
Nair to up tilt, like I'm loving. This is Falco Fox. This is Falco McLeod, man. This is Falco McLeod. The up tilts, the spacing of the up tilts. He even put him on a platform and laser reset. He shot him with the laser, man. I'm like, this is.
Does that reset? There's no.
No, it does not. But but he shot it as if it would,
Yeah.
But I love to see that, man. I love to see that flavor come through in all of your characters.
Diego's doing a really good job of using Dreamland's mobility, or the mobility that he gets on Dreamland.
Ooh.
He's just doing a really good job just getting away from all of Derek. Derek's using forward smash a little bit more than I've ever seen a Peach in my life.
Yeah, I'm not sure those are, I feel like those may be panic options. I don't think if you talk to him, you'd be like, yeah, that's what I was going for. It's in the game plan. You know, that
but yeah, he seems pretty confident overall, Diego does, in this switch. Oh, well, here we go. RNG. And he's so scared that he just
blowing up, baby.
make the,
and the up
that he
comes.
just doesn't get the angle.
That's the power of holding on to that bomb.
But yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised he's doing this well when he normally goes, Diego goes Marth. But then again, I also know that Derek is very strong in the Marth Ditto, so he might not want that counter pick on the table.
I wouldn't want to. A nice up tilt. These up tilts are all
just that sent him just at a complete 45 degree across the stage.
I mean, his use of, I actually don't often see Foxes use up tilt this much, which is like one of those things I'm pointing out. Like from a Falco main, it makes a little more sense. But it's a really good option actually to cover Peach's float, to cover Peach's approaches.
Yeah, it's good at stuffing almost every character's approach.
Right.
It's just such a it's disjointed, but not like at the end of his foot, just like around his leg. It's very disjointed.
Right. Ooh, fade back there on the shield. That was really good.
Good follow-up.
Got Derek reaching there, trying to get those grabs.
Diego's on that 69.
Can't do that.
Unstop. Yep, there it goes.
And so Derek doing something that Peaches should never do, run across the stage and dash attack. So dash attack is like one of your best options. It either puts your opponent right on the ground or pops them up in the air for combo every single time. Both of them good for you because you have down smash. You know, so
but Peach is so slow.
Yeah, it's so good that like everyone's always scouting it. So you need to not let them know that you're going to dash attack. If they always know you're going to dash attack, you lose. You know?
Okay, so let's talk about these counter picks here. Because I would imagine that Diego would switch off Fox for this stage because he doesn't want to get chain grabbed, but Falco doesn't he also get chain grabbed here?
Yeah, Falco
pretty much
also
the same.
Yeah, they both.
So, but I wonder also if he didn't want to play Fox Marth, so he went Falco, and then so
it's possible.
Derek it's very interesting. This is kind of the PP Armada counter pick.
Right. And I mean, Unspecial actually loves this stage too.
See, that was the other thing I was wondering is maybe he was fine doing Falco Peach on this stage because he can control neutral so much better with lasers and without the platforms to disrupt them.
Yeah, I mean, he tends to really like this stage with Falco, so that might just
might just be preference. But I definitely think this is stronger for him than on other stages with Falco. Hibernian, you can tell me if I'm wrong if you beat him every time on this stage as well, but
all right, I like that. I like those full hops, just threatening.
Look at he's just completely shutting him down with lasers.
This is where it's hard to have a secondary. Often as secondaries, the last thing you learn with your non-main characters, the last thing you learn are your defensive options, how to get out of shield, how to not get trapped, what to do, feeling comfortable when someone's putting a lot of pressure on you. That's usually what your secondaries don't have. And right here, like you're playing against Falco, who's the best in the game at that, and that's when you run into trouble when he starts lasering your shield, and you're like, oh, what do I do?
You can crumble a little bit.
Exactly.
I also like how Diego's seeming to do a lot of like crossover down airs, just try and get behind him so he doesn't get grabbed.
And that's really what you have to do against like.
It's easier said than done though.
Yeah,
like that's the thing is why everybody's just like, oh, that's such like a brain dead like obvious thing to do, but it's not easy, man.
It's not that easy.
It's not easy to get your moves to go exactly where you want them, pixel perfect.
Yeah, man, and you definitely have to do it against Peach too. That's what makes the matchup hard. But
well, especially on this stage where you can get chain grab.
Right. But
super
Derek,
important. Just scoops him with the up air on the mistech. Nice. Wow.
Great follow-up. But yeah, I was saying that Peach's chain grab is actually I've been labbing this a lot as Rococo has his main secondary is now Peach. Her chain grab is actually frame perfect, so I'm actually not sure that Derek can do it. It's actually harder than Marth's chain grab, so I don't know if Derek
isn't that bad.
Has those down. We can talk about that another time, but but like the Peach one is frame perfect, so by the numbers is hard.
On Falco or
Falco and Fox, like from the low percents, like the first couple grabs you actually have to dash at the. It looks easier. It looks a lot easier than it is.
Well, no, I would just figure because they have different weights, it would be easier with Fox. But
yeah, but even on Fox, it's frame perfect until like some percent. Rococo would have to tell you, and I like that. Get out of there.
Yeah, that was the Mango up B. That was the Genesis Mango up B.
See these dash attacks, man. They're killing Derek, man. He's got to get that dash dance in, that small dash dance, kind of like the Falco dash dance, small dash dance to where your opponent commits to something, and then you beat it with dash attack. Because dash attack beats almost everything. But if you just try to do it to force your opponent's hand, you're gonna get shielded and you're gonna get bopped around a lot.
Yeah.
These platforms are gonna be really great for Derek here on FOD.
Yeah, just gonna stuff a lot of Diego's what he's trying to do.
Right. Really easy to get those MACD down smashes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you
well.
on the platform.
This,
So
you know,
up
it's
smooth.
probably more for a lower level player. Wow, nice intercept. But a lot of lower level players will just try and jump into Peach on a platform. I know I used to do it a lot with Falcon, trying to get up airs and just down
It's good
smashes
for every
the
other
platform.
character, but against every other character, but not against.
It's still good for Peach. You just gotta time it right to avoid the down smash.
Right, but you get to bait out the down smash.
Cleans that edge guard up.
Yeah,
Peach,
that's
one
nice.
of the best edge guard characters in the game. All you have to do is float out there near the ledge and press A.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Gets a knockdown. Diego does a smart tech,
lasers,
gets out
nice
of there.
lasers, bad down air. High down
Wow.
air on the shield there.
That was a really weird second hit on that down smash. Kind of up in the air.
All right.
Again,
these
gets him
up
with
tilts.
that scoop up tilt on the mistech. So I think either that's just a really hard tech to hit.
That was so sweet. So that sorry to interrupt you, but that forward tilt right there to bait out the shield and then just dashing back and just waiting, you know, that was beautiful. No, I'm sorry. Continue. What was it?
I don't know what I'm going for.
Me either.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he
probably.
goes for it. So I don't know if they're listening. He goes for the up tilt again. Derek crouch cancel down smash. Was
Too
it?
low of a percent.
Or crouch cancel, whatever he did.
Yeah. Up tilt.
Point is he's adapting.
Yeah. Up tilt always being like good for combo follow-ups. Not so great if your opponent doesn't get popped up from the down air, which
Yeah.
doesn't start happening until 36%.
Well, yeah,
So
I
you
mean,
gotta be
well,
ready.
like all the times that Diego's got that up tilt follow up, like I said, he's oh no.
And the dash attack. Just if he had dash danced once and then dash attacked Derek, then that would have worked. But he just
So
straight in for
I
it.
have heard from another person that Derek counterpicks this Peach drag, Samus player,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
he doesn't think Derek does the best dash attacks. So
No, and I mean
just a
they're
little bit
a little
predictable,
antsy. You
a
know?
little
they're a little
not,
antsy.
yeah, a little not.
They're
nonchalant.
not good. Dash attack is a great counter, and
Yep.
that's how you're supposed to use it. Which, you know, I think
probably
he's-
shouldn't be saying that stuff if you watch it, but if anything, it'll probably help him.
It's what we see, you know. We're calling out what we see.
We all gotta call out our errors at this level.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek's in a really rough spot, not only stage position wise, but just in the games overall.
So now,
down
the
the game.
down air now is going to be popping you up or knocking
gets
you
it
down.
again,
So now
yeah.
all these up tilts are going to be connecting and comboing. So not good, not good. Yeah, we're sitting right in front of the player, so we whisper a little bit. Luckily, we're behind. So,
Oh, he just stuffs the forward smash with a forward tilt.
and that shine back air is going to close out that game. And close out the set. That's 3-1
So-
Unspecial, man.
Yeah, that near the end there, that really didn't look too great. I wonder if, I mean, obviously when you lose a set like that, you pulling out a secondary, you're always going to wonder like if you should have done it in the first